In Paris, in the first residence of France, it's the most seen, the best known, and the most prestigious room. The salle des fêtes at the Élysée Palace. 1,000 square meters, 18th century tapestries, listed frescoes on the ceiling, chandeliers in baccarat crystal. As well as press conferences and official dinners, it's here that the French president is sworn in. From Charles de Gaulle to Emmanuel Macron, all have sworn their oath in this ceremonial reception room. It barely changed for more than a century, but now is visibly declining. To give this exceptional room a makeover, a complete renovation will soon begin. And it's architect Isabelle Stanislas who has been entrusted with the job.
The reason for modernizing the room isn't merely aesthetic. It's a necessity, because damp has seeped into the wall behind the first tapestries over there, and that needs fixing. Here, for example, the fibers are starting to fray. We can't afford to leave them like this. They're an important part of French heritage.
150 French craftspeople, some of them the best in the world, have been called on. They have 8 weeks, not a day more, to transport the salle des fêtes from the 19th to the 21st century.
We're here. There's this first hanging here, which we'll take down first. Then the Mois de Lucas at the back, and then the 3 large biblical tapestries on the Seine side.
The carpet is removed and the curtains taken down. Almost 2,000 meters of silk and satin.
Is there anyone below?
No, nobody.
Okay, I'm dropping it.
Chateaux, ministries, and embassies, these craftspeople are used to working in the most prestigious buildings.
I'm emotional because the salle de fête was my first job as head of workshop. When you join the Mobilier National, you're told that this will be the job of your career. And this is my second time. What's more, all French people see this room on TV, so they all see our work. And that makes us proud.
The Mobilier National stores the noblest pieces of French craftsmanship. Whether they're in wood, bronze, or fabric, each object is cleaned, restored, and returned to its former glory. For the new curtains of the salle des fêtes, the architect can choose from the 48,000 different shades on these color charts. And for the carpets, there are
Magic drawers.
Isabelle Stanislas has spent 3 days here choosing the colors for the future carpet.
We started thinking about rather cool grays, but in the end, we've gone with something much softer.
And here's her choice, several shades of gray and several of yellow.
She's able to see all the subtleties of the colors and how they go together.
On this complete renovation job, the hangings workshop is on the front line. For several months, skillful hands have been cutting, sewing, and adjusting. Today, the first curtain has just been finished. And head of the workshop, Laure Dauvier, lets nothing slip.
You didn't staple over the stitch, right?
No, on either side.
That's why it's not working. The first one is always crucial because it sets the rhythm for making the rest. When you have trouble with the first one, you know the job will be long. But when it goes well, it warms your heart and you're all set for the rest.
And this one went well?
Yes, it did.
A few streets away, other craftspeople also have fingertips of gold, like Laura May, a gilder for the internationally renowned Atelier Goa. Gilding is a technique that hasn't changed for centuries.
I cut the gold leaf to the required size. I then try to pick up some static electricity with the leaf, so it will cling when I apply it.
Once applied, the gold leaf is dusted, and then a few strokes of the brush bring out its shine.
I'll apply the leaf.
Thanks to this young woman, the salle des fêtes will rediscover part of its original brilliance. Back to the Élysée Palace. It's the home straight and the hour of truth for the curtain makers after months of work.
If it doesn't fall well, it's back to the workshop and we start over. It's always a stressful moment.
Although there are smiles all around for architect Isabelle Stanislas, every feature of the decoration must fit perfectly.
Today we're checking everything, and it's very, very good news. I'm very emotional. I almost want to put in everything right away, but we won't do that.
Close by, Laura May is meticulously applying the gilt that will heighten the medallions with the initials of the French Republic.
The gilding we're applying today may well be here for several centuries. So we're putting our heart and soul into it, because we know that our own handicraft will be here long after us.
A few days later, the curtain is raised. The salle des fêtes is completely transformed and displays a new modern touch, thanks to the excellence of French savoir-faire.